Good
Hi.
morning, everybody.
How's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing amazing because I know I'm doing amazing because I'm surrounded by these beautiful, beautiful people. I love them. Um, Now, before we get started, we're gonna do some really quick intros. But even before that, stick around till the end because we'll be highlighting some of our favorite charities and foundations. Um, Not even this week or this one, just however long we want to and however long we can. Um,
Channel's
Also,
officially a charity channel, everyone.
it is officially a charities channel. So if you want to help with that, you can by giving us bits and subscribing to the channel, which gives you the chance to influence the show. Like the self mission day, the last game went really really well because they used nat 20s that were given to them by a lot of the subs and people who donated bits. So this is a viewer affected show. So if you want to affect the show as a viewer, do that. Sub and send bits and all the information down below. Anyway, let's start with some intros. Let's do our lovely Mama Bear, as we always do, because we love her.
Oh, hi, I'm Emma, or Hamlet on the internet. And I'm playing Roisin, who is our moon elf druid, and she is indeed the mama bear. She just wants you happy and healthy, and if you fuck up, she will let you know.
She'll drop that mic.
She will throw
Uh,
that mic with love.
with love. Um, Next is ever learning Barbificer.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Anthony Silverhorn, the Artificer Barbarian, and sometime soon when he wants to get into mischief.
Mm-hmm. 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 Next, we have the lovely Lucy.
Oh, me? I was updating our sheet because
Yeah.
someone gifted a sub.
Oh my
And they all got
god.
net 20s. Thank you.
Oh.
Hey, I'm Sarah. I'm the Hype Goblin. This is my channel. And I'll be playing Lucy, the Changeling Wizard
Change.
Warlock.
There you go.
My brain is not firing on all cylinders yet.
It's okay. It's okay. Um, and last but definitely not least, our resident sad boy.
Hello, my name is RJ, and I'm playing Titus.
Thanks, I hate it.
I would like you all to know that this is not a voice mod. This is RJ doing that voice.
I could just.
Go on it on a fly.
It's fine. You want me to?
Hello, my name is RJ.
Please stop. Please no. Oh, RJ, I think there's something wrong with your camera. Hang on one second.
What did you do?
Nothing yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and with that, we'll start with a little recap. The today's turn is Jen's turn.
My turn. so, um, Titus and Lucy encountered a ghost at close encounters of the third kind over at Titus's old place where he used to live. It was one of his family members, and they had a nice chat before trying to kill said ghost, but then let it be. Um, Ro and Anthony had a nice heart to heart, but they chatted family, concerns, feelings. He feels better. He enjoys his pep talks Hero has. Um, soon does not like ghosts. He finds them weird, but he's willing to see what they're all about. Um, he went out and scouted a card, discovered some things, comes back and retells his adventures, where we all learned he loves silk stockings. And with a very coordinated event, Titus and Lucy one shot a poor bastard who never had a chance.
He really did it. Y'all did over 100 damage in one surprise attack.
Who?
Yeah,
Me?
yeah.
He was just
Who?
trying to do his
Titus?
job.
Couldn't have been us.
Polymorphed his body, Ro polymorphed his body, and Anthony tossed it down a sewer for it to be eaten by who knows what. and they stole the cart and rendezvoused at the local river.
Yeah. So, last we left off, we're at the local river. I believe that Roisin was having a conversation with your father on the way
In the cart
there.
ride. Yeah. Yes, to try and organize the depositing of these people. Hi, are you free to talk?
This is a little wait, and you hear a sleepy voice. Yeah, yeah. Everything okay? Are you in danger? Anything? What's going on?
I'm not in danger. I'm sorry that it's late, but it is
No, it's fine.
important.
No, I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, we have managed to rescue some creatures and a person that were going to be getting sold into slavery.
Oh.
The creatures seem a little exotic, and they're babies, and we have yet to speak to the person. We're currently transporting them now, but I was wondering if it is possible, would we be able to transport them to the island? I don't know where these babies have come from, and I'm not sure they could just be released where we are.
Yes. When are you looking to transport them?
Soon. If I was able to get them, if someone is able to come and collect them, that would be like the most useful. But we could, in theory, no, we're a little far away to get to the embassy.
Bro, just tell him now.
Now, we need it now.
Okay. Are you near a tree?
Are there trees nearby, Jim?
There's some trees
Yeah.
nearby.
Yes. I'm pretty sure if you scry my location, you'll be able
Yeah.
to see them.
Just stand next to a tree.
I will.
Stand next to a tree.
Okay. I really appreciate this. This is a very big favor.
I know. Anything for those in need. What have you been? You know what? Just
rescuing people.
Yep.
I think you're quite aware that part of my task is to save the world, and that this is part of it. So
I'm very proud of you, Roisin, my daughter. Just stand next to the tree.
I will.
Okay.
Thank
Give
you.
me like 10, 20-ish minutes.
Okay.
I'll be there. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Good night.
Okay. Anthony, I just need to go stand next to a tree. I'll be right back.
Stops the cart.
I
know.
Get to the river or
once we get to the river, because he said 10-15 minutes. So if we're close by, I'm gonna hop off the cart, and I'll go stand next to a tree while they park up. He said yes. By the way, he's gonna do it now.
Okay. Go ahead. So you get to the river together, and are you just taking the tarp off this cart? What are you doing? Both carts are there. You're all there together. Roisin, your father, will be there in 10 to 20 minutes.
Lucy will be getting down from the cart and going in the back, not necessarily removing the tarp yet. What does she see when she hops in?
When you hop in, once you get into the tarp, your sense, your hearing gets overwhelmed because you hear a lot of animal noises that weren't audible outside of the tarp, outside of the cart. And you see different sized cages. Some of them seem to be shaking. The hurriedly escape seem to have stirred them awake.
Do they look...
It is dark in there.
Yeah. Does she have a light cantrip? Sorry, I was turning on my channel points because I forgot to turn them on. Thank you for reminding me, Saucefire. I can't wait for the havoc you'll wreak with them. Does she have anything that can help her in this instance?
They probably wanted to, like, have us take like 30 drinks of water.
Anthony has a light cantrip if you need it.
Does minor illusion create light?
I don't know.
Nothing substantial.
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, she'll call. She'll poke her head out from the tarp, realizing that you can't hear me inside.
Yeah.
Can anyone come in here and shine some light for me?
No, I can. I'll send Soon in before me and then follow. Soon just peeps at you for a moment, Lucy, before he kind of taps his body.
Shh,
Yeah.
shh, shh.
Yeah.
And then he lights up like a disco ball.
Okay.
Those poor animals.
Yeah, the sudden light does seem to startle a lot of the animals. And they do move around their cages and moves the cart itself.
Mhm.
It is a tight fit if you're both in there, but you are still able to be in there. It is a pretty large cart.
Mhm.
But around you, you see a few cages. Um, you see one has the giant salamander that Ro had described. This is usually a large beast, elemental beast. This is clearly a baby because while it is large and a couple feet long already, it's small for what it's supposed to be. You do see the griffin. Again, baby has its own like crudely made nest. You do see a tiger cub waking up, and you do see two small saber teeth coming out of the top, so it's a saber-toothed tiger. You also see what you know to be. Roll me a nature check, both of you.
13?
13.
7.
7. Okay. So, Anthony, you don't really know much about magical creatures, but Lucy, you do, and you do see what seems to be, and they're all babies. These are all cubs. Do see a lion, a baby lion, but when you look at it, it has a dragon-like tail and two dragon-like wings on its back, and you see the lion head pop up, but you also see a small dragon head and a small goat head pop up. This seems to be a chimera. And as well, you see a
No.
um you see another creature that has, you think it might be the same animal, but it's not. It is almost like a tiger body, with small wings as well. It has a very spiked tail, but when you look at the face, it's more humanoid, and you know this to be a manticore. So you have a chimera cub, a manticore cub, a baby giant salamander, a griffin, and a saber-toothed tiger cub.
Come on, DM. Why?
And
Lucy
when you
will
look,
Lucy will point them out to Anthony.
mhm. And you do notice that there's one cage towards the back, almost like crowded by other cages, of a figure huddling almost at the edge of the cage. And as you walk forward, you do see a small furry body, almost like fetal position into a corner of this cage. You can tell that they're
Is
almost shaking.
is their head up to where they can see us? Or are they
No,
kind of...
they are completely covered.
And Ro did tell Lucy that there's a furbolg in here, right?
Yeah.
She shifts into one
Okay.
and goes over to the cage.
All right.
Hello, little one.
They seem to kind
She'll get like down on their level.
of, they seem to peek from over their legs and their hands, and just like the one eye, but they don't say anything.
You've been through something quite scary, haven't you?
They just give a slow nod.
Would you like to go somewhere safe?
They nod.
Okay. It might get a little loud, but we're going to get you out of this cage, all right?
They look at you tentatively.
It's all right.
Make a persuasion check.
I rolled a nat 20. It's a 25.
Yeah. Because you seem to be in a of their own kind, they trust you more, and they give a very a short nod, as in they're still afraid to talk. They still have that shock in their system, but they very much want to get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Lucy's gonna take out her lockpicking kit.
Mm-hmm.
Does the lock appear to be magical to me at all? Or just like a standard cage lock?
Make an investigation check.
That's a 15 plus 6 for a 21.
It does seem to be magical. There seems to be something you do see almost like a that you would almost miss if you weren't trying to look for this, but a small arcane shimmer coming from the lock.
Anthony, do you know dispel magic?
I can't use magic at the moment. I set up an alarm and disguised myself today.
I can't get around you. Can you ask the others?
He shuffles out and sticks his out. So, any of you know dispel magic?
Scrolls.
Turn back to Lucy.
You're muted, Emma.
It's not a druid thing, I'm afraid.
A little bit out of my wheelhouse, sorry.
I could just punch the lock.
You could just punch the lock.
I could just punch the lock, tell Lucy.
We don't know what that'll do to them.
This is true. Stick my head back out. Dimension door.
I've got Misty Step.
That doesn't teleport people. Well,
It can
does, but doesn't.
It did. One
Misty
person.
Step, I believe,
One
is just
person.
yourself.
Yeah.
Dimension door is you and another creature
Okay.
of your same.
Hold
You can do
on.
it twice.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna try and get into the cart and take a look at the lock.
Let me out first.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be able to hold 3 fully grown people when one looks like a very tall fur folk. So
Lucy's crouched down next to the cage, just
Yeah.
reassuring them. And when Titus comes in, she'll say, "This is my friend Titus. He's a good person. He's gonna help us."
Hello.
Soon.
I wouldn't
Soon
call
as
myself
just-
a good person, but I'm not here to hurt you.
Soon flashes across his body. He's nice.
What? First impressions are very important, and I don't like to lie on an interview.
Are you gonna check the
Soon.
lock?
He'll look it over. Is it arcane? It is arcanely enchanted.
yeah,
Detect magic. This is gonna hurt my eyes. What do I see with my magical detecting eyes inside this damn cart? I know the tarp lights up.
I believe it is. You see that? Yeah, the tire fucking lights the fuck up, and so do all the other cages. So your eyes are pretty overwhelmed at the moment. But yeah, you do see it is arcanely locked. Is it like? 1 second, let me double check my notes.
I mean, logistically, yeah, it's locked, but Anthony, can you bend the bars?
Stick my head in. I mean, depends. Probably.
Oh, do any of you have Dimension Door?
It's abjuration.
No.
Okay, she'll relay that info to Titus about what it is.
I mean, that narrows it down a bit. It might be a alert as enchantment.
If you want, I can polymorph him into something little and he can crawl out the cage.
That would work.
I mean, we don't know if the bars themselves have a barrier to preventing that sort of thing.
I understand.
I will try and... Alright, kiddo, this might tingle a bit. And he'll try casting Hex on him.
Oh, okay. Tell me, what does Hex feel like?
It's a cold shiver up the spine.
You see the child shiver and their furs kind of stand up. But yeah.
Spells can go through, at least enchantments can.
Soon raises his little leg before he tries to attempt to walk through the bars towards the furbolg.
Zapped with electricity.
You're. Oh God, let me double check. I don't know.
He does have the gem of brightness in him, so he has a couple magical components on him.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything about passing through, but it does say it is impassable until broken. So I would say
not able to get through.
Yeah.
He just kind of presses his small body against it, then shakes himself before turning around.
So I'm guessing this is a no for picking the lock.
I can certainly try, but it's going to be difficult. Very difficult.
It might make it less distressing on him if I just cast Speak with Animals and calm down the creatures that are in there. I imagine it's quite loud.
It is loud.
Lucy, can you tag out with Ro while I work on this then?
She'll look to the other one. I'm going to leave you with my friend, all right? He'll do his best to get you out. Do they respond?
They'll look to you and they look at you with like really big scared eyes, like, please don't leave me.
Titus will take a knee as he pulls out some lock picks and starts working on the lock. Just close your eyes and focus on the humming.
Soon will emit a nice smelling flower from his body.
Is Titus gonna hum them a song?
He's gonna hum them a lullaby his mom used to hum him.
Oh. Yeah, you can do that.
And
And
Lucy pats him on the back as she climbs over him.
yeah.
To get out and let Ro in.
You see that they kind of go back into their curled self and like their face is hidden, but you see them kind of like disappear as they turn invisible.
It's 15 on the performance check and a 25 on the lockpick.
Okay, yeah, you definitely hum that lullaby. It's not hard. And because it is a lullaby, seems to calm them down a little. And while they do turn invisible, it seems to be more of like a comfort or defense mechanism. But eventually you see them reappear again as they calm down with the nice smelling flowers and the humming. You do pick the lock. It seems that you do hear a click.
He braces.
The physical lock is picked, but you still can't open.
I'll use my staff to switch on Speak with Animals, and I'm just going to crawl in and just one by one go around and just soothe the animals so that they quieten down, so that it's a less distressing environment.
Yeah, you do that.
And I'll ask them if they're scared, if they would appreciate a little scritch behind the ear.
They are scared, but it's that scared that it's a caged animal. They will
Mhm.
be. You can try and touch them, but you knowing animals, you know that
Yeah.
they will try
Well, that's why
to.
I'm asking if they want
Yeah.
to, because if I'm able to communicate with them, I'm just gonna double check.
Mhm.
If it's something that they would appreciate, then she would.
Mhm.
Um, but that they're going to be out of here soon, so she's just going to be calming them down while Titus is
Mhm.
working on the lock, so
Yeah,
that
you
it's
can.
quieter.
Yeah, you can definitely calm them down. They don't seem to want to be touched at the moment. Um,
That's fine.
let me double check something.
Lucille casts Sending to Fanor once she's out of the tent.
Mhm.
I'm assuming Anthony told you that we might need you?
Yes, he asked me to wait by the teleportation circle.
Thank you. We have Rose's father on the way. I think we should be all right if you want to go back to bed.
I would like to make sure that everyone's all right.
She'll relay what happened and what they're currently preparing to move to the island.
All right. Just if they're a child, moving them so quickly could just add on to the trauma.
I'm well aware of what they're going through, thank you.
I understand that you're well aware of what they're going through, but I still feel the need to point it out.
It's not safe for them here.
I understand. Just, you know what to do.
How often do Shadow and Echo make it to this continent?
Pretty often.
I'll be in touch with them later.
All right. Let me.
Once I'm done calming the animals down, I'm just going to go back to the tree.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I take a look for any runes on the cage that I could possibly destroy?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a investigation check.
Another dirty 20.
At this point, how much longer do we have until Rose's dad arrives?
You have about 5-ish minutes. Let me double check.
Mm-hmm. She'll also communicate, because she doesn't have any more slots for Sending. She'll communicate to Ro about the nature of the locks, and her dad might want to bring someone if he doesn't plan to move the entire cart.
Okay, I'll ask him then. Hey, Dad.
Father.
Yes, I'm about to.
Oh, I understand. It seems that there are arcane locks. Something preventing moving through the cages. Do you possess anything that would help with that? And if not, could you bring someone?
Oh yes, I can dispel magic.
Fantastic. Okay, see you soon.
See you soon. And not too much longer after that, the tree that you're saying next, you hear a crack and a creaking of old wood, and it just starts opening up. And you see actually a very casually dressed Aiden. He just seemed to like put on some trousers and a shirt. You usually see him in like these really nice silk robes and all done up and head pieces. He's just like, nah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here. What do you need me for?
They're over here. And I'm going to go and I'm just going to lean up and kiss his cheek and then point towards the cage. Thank you for doing this.
For you, anything, my dear. And you're muted.
Lucy will poke her head into the tarp and have Titus come out, and she'll take Aiden in there. So the friendly Furbolg lady is back in there with the scared Furbolg child.
Yeah.
Introducing yet another scary stranger.
Yeah.
Not scary, but you know.
A stranger.
Yeah, stranger.
At this point, everybody's scary to this child.
Yeah.
Soon will stay in there, and after a moment, he'll play back the song Titus was singing, and just play it softly, and just dance around the cage gently.
Lucy pats him.
Let me double check something. Da, da, da. Okay. So, you introduce Aiden, and the child is still quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But Aiden seems to look at. He seems horrified, to be quite honest, to see not only these animals, baby animals in a cage, but a child in a cage. And you can tell he's definitely has some anger in him that doesn't seem to show that you as an adult are able, but he gives the most comforting smile to this child and gives him some words of comfort as well, letting them know we'll get you out of this real quick. And then he seems to just investigate the lock, and then he puts his hand against it, and you see a bluish greenish aura radiate from his hand as you hear almost like an echoing as you hear an echoing the same uh the same noise that you would hear when a lock is picked, but echoing in your head. And then he looks to you. You might want to be the one to get them out.
I planned on it.
So he nods to you and then lets you know once you're out, I'll come back in and help the animals.
All right. She'll
Nod and just steps out of the cart.
She'll go in. Are you ready to come out now?
They nod to you, and as you open the cage, they kind of seem to.
She puts both hands like out for them.
Yeah. As you go into the cage, they scramble to you and hold on tight to you.
She'll hold them for a minute and rock them, like she's seen Ro do to people, like Ro's done to her. And she'll quietly comfort them. Yeah. And then she'll say, I'm gonna take you out of the cart now, all right?
They nod against you, and you notice that furbolgs are quite big, as you are quite large yourself at the moment, but this furbolg is small.
They're little.
They're little.
She'll take them out of the cart. Aiden, do you want to take the cart as is through the tree? I don't know if you can take the whole cart. Might help us disappear it.
I should be able to. And he kind of looks around for a moment, trying to find a large tree if he can.
Ro, can you tell the animals that they'll be moved to a safe place?
Yes.
I think it would be best to do instead of potential chaos here.
I do so. I might use this because I don't know if it'll still be up. Well, actually, Speak with Animals might be still up.
I think it stays for an hour, if I'm not mistaken.
So I'll go in and just let them know that they're going to be transported, and soon they'll be free. Do I know if the menagerie has any of these creatures in it already?
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
While Rose is doing that, Titus will get on the kid's level and give him a once over.
He's currently like on like Lucy, so like you don't have to get on his level.
Oh, okay.
He's at eye height.
Yeah.
18.
18. They might have you remember a saber-toothed tiger, but a lot of these animals are either thought to be evil, so they don't have them, or just not, there's no need for them. They're so rare that there's no need for them to have any. That all the animals in the menagerie are rescue animals. They're not something that they've taken from somewhere just to have a show of. But they they would be able to take care of them.
Yeah, it was just if I could reassure the animal that they would see some of their kin soon, but if not, then it's fine.
Yeah. Aiden doesn't find a tree large enough, but you see him take almost a leaf. You see them take a leaf out of their pocket, and it has this beautiful, almost autumn color, and he just drops it, and in a matter of seconds, a giant tree starts to grow in this spot. And then he looks at it's wide, like easily 5-6 feet wide. Um,
I'm
and
gonna look to Anthony with like this little excited grin.
He looks perplexed, but then he nods.
all right, this should work. I should be able to transport the entire cart. Oh, it's been a hot minute since I've driven a cart. All right.
Lucy's puts up a hand for him to just slow down a minute.
Yeah.
And she turns to the little one in her arms and says, "Do you remember where you're from?"
Before you do that,
Mm-hmm.
your perception check, Titus.
It's okay. They're out now.
Yeah, but they don't seem hurt. Like they don't have any wounds, but they do seem malnourished.
He'll cast Good Berry. He'll, when the kids face him, he'll pop one into his mouth and then offer another one to the kid.
Lucy will take one too if they're unsure.
Yeah, they look at you tentatively as they see you popping one to your mouth, and you as well, Lucy.
Mm-hmm. She'll do the my favorite.
You see them kind of reach out with a shaky hand to take it and pop it into their mouth, and they give you a very quick, small smile. And what was your question to the child, Lucy?
She would ask them if they know where their family is or where they're from, trying to determine if they have any memory of how they got there.
They look to you and they speak again quietly, softly. I don't remember anything.
Do you just remember waking up in there?
Yes.
Well, you know, the same thing happened to me when I was very little. But I've made some wonderful friends. And she gestures to the group that's with her, including Aiden. And they have helped me out a lot. And they're going to help me find my family. And I'm going to go look for yours. Is that all right?
All right.
All right. And she'll take them back over to Aiden and introduce them again. Now this is Aiden. He's going to take you somewhere where people are very nice. And there's lots of fun things to do. And there's even a furbolg there that you'll get to meet.
Are you coming with me?
I'm going to go look for your family. And when I find them, I will come for you and I will take you right to them.
Promise?
But I promise. And she'll like hold up a pinky. I had a friend, and whenever we made a promise, we linked pinkies and then we kissed our hand. Would you like to do that?
He looks to your hand,
It means
tentatively again.
Mm-hmm. She'll say, it means it's a promise that can't be broken.
All right. And they kind of put out a hand and do a pinky promise and kiss it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're going to go with Aiden now. And I will make sure that he is updated of everywhere I'm going. All right?
All right. What's your name?
Lucy. What's yours?
May.
That's a lovely name. I'll see you real soon, May.
All right. See.
She'll hand them over to Aiden.
Before you do that, they reach up and give you a kiss on the cheek.
Oh. Lucy doesn't have tears in her eyes. It's just a little sand.
And Aiden gives them comforting words again. Uses the same tone of voice that you were using. And just takes them, carries them in their arm. And he starts telling him, have you ever seen such a big tree that covers half the sky with like just kind of upplaying the islands and things that a child would find fascinating, as they talk to them for a minute before setting them before walking to the cart with them, um, and they settle them next to them, and kind of like hold them against them so the child's just still almost hugging them but at their side, and he tells the child everything that's about to happen. It's like, okay, I'm gonna start the horses now, all right? And walking them through what's happening so nothing startles them. Um, and he looks to all of you. You've done tonight. It's amazing. Be proud of yourselves. All right.
Thank you for helping. I'm gonna walk over to Lucy and just hug you while they're going through.
Lucy like accepts it, but she's obviously putting on a really brave face for this kid.
Yeah. I'll do like the just the arm around the back of your hips, like not just being supportive.
He'll settle up on the other side of her and do the same, but he'll tap his stomach with his left hand. I want a child.
Dear, you are one. she'll turn to Fanor, say goodbye and say, I'll be or not Fanor, she'll turn to Aiden and say, I'll be sending Fanor to check up on them, if you don't mind.
That's completely fine. All right.
We should head back.
And you see the little furbolg just kind of pick their head from Aiden's side and just wave quietly. As you see the tree start cracking and opening up. And once the cart starts moving very slowly, nothing quick, you see May's eyes just look to you, Lucy, as they're leaving. Because you're the person that they seem to have connected with.
She gives him a reassuring smile and waves. I'll see you real soon.
All right. And they move through the tree.
As soon as they're gone, I'm going to pull Lucy in for a big cuddle.
She'll take it.
I'm really proud of you.
She just nods.
You did good, Lucy.
Titus will walk up to Anthony, kind of move with him a bit away from the group. So what's the plan from here? We go back, we murder the bastards in cold blood, we move along. What?
Promise Lucy I wouldn't kill him. Doesn't mean we can't sit in his room in the dark and wait for him to wake up.
I mean, I didn't promise Lucy I wouldn't kill him.
That's true.
Lucy overhears this, and she'll sniffle and let go of Ro, and she'll say, I can't get any information out of him if he's dead.
Fine,
I'll turn into something big and scary and pin him down so that she can get her answers.
Oh, come on. Can't I use, like, the blunt crossbow bolts to cap him in the knees?
This is for Lucy to do.
How about this? Compromise. Take out his companions.
And his kneecaps.
And his kneecaps. And we'll leave him alive and let Lucy interrogate him.
Agreeable.
But I want him to know, Lucy, I fucked him over again.
You can have him when I'm done with him.
Amazing.
If there's anything left. Let's go.
Oh, that's no
Should we go back on our own? And you two go back with the cart?
Yes. Puts Soon on Titus's shoulder. He likes working with both of you, and he's very proud of both of you, and he says that he likes the song you sung, Titus.
Can you
Did
make
get
him
all
look...
of that from Beep Boop?
It's actually a very complex language system.
Can you make him not look like a glow lamp? He'll give us away.
A moment before Soon just taps himself and the light dies.
If we're not gonna be able, I'm gonna go over and just give Lucy's hand a squeeze. And she looks quite upset because, like, the thought of this happening to her kid is really fucking with her right now. Give him one for me, yeah?
I will.
Are you all heading there, or is it just the two?
Apparently we're splitting up, so.
Right.
Well, we have to get the cart back. So they left together, so they'll go back together.
Okay.
Playing up the ruse that they're just a couple out for a drive, coming back.
I mean,
the
cart that you came in, which was the slaver's cart, is gone.
No, they had our cart.
We used our cart.
Yeah.
So Titus and I are gonna go back stealthily.
Okay.
And Ron and Anthony are taking their cart back.
Okay, it'll take a while on foot to get back to the town proper.
Would you like to drop us off out of sight?
Sure.
Yep. If you're looking for the body you capped in the back garden area, it's in the sewers, probably eaten by rats by now.
How unfortunate, a slaver met an untimely end.
Why can't we just pull the whole you're asleep in the back of the cot thing?
I'll do that too. Whatever you want.
It's a lot easier than sneaking into a city when we already have a way in.
Shushuk.
Titus will lay it down and pull his cloak over him. Just muffled. Care to join me?
She'll cuddle up next to him. Cloak of Elvenkind goes over her head.
Pull up the mask, pull over the hood, and search my pockets for one of my merchant medallions.
I hope you don't have a fur.
I have no hooter cloak, so I'm just gonna be here in my blue self.
You're not outside of the border. You're just outside of the town.
Yeah, but if there's like town guards, that would be used to convince them. We're just late night travelers, merchants that got caught out.
Okay. And Roisin, are you in front with Anthony or in the back with?
Okay. I mean, I was on front with him when he left the town, so.
All right. So you make your way back into the town. There are guards that are at the gates, especially because it's late night. And they stop you.
Just lean over and give them my medallion, say merchant trading.
They look it over, inspect it. I was gonna say they pull out flashlights, but that's not
lanterns.
Lanterns, just little lanterns. And they look it over, look at the back, the number, and they give it back. They seem to write down the number somewhere. And they give you a nod and kind of pat the cart for you to head in.
Have a good night.
Good night, sir.
Drive the cart in.
Drive the cart in. And you're making your way back to the Soaring Sparrow?
Yeah, I'll take the back roads towards it, so in case, patrols on the main road.
You do that. And roll me. Are you trying to be stealthy about it?
We're just merchants as far as he's concerned.
Okay. That's fine. Roll me a bit of a dexterity check. Just because I didn't do this last time when Lucy was doing it, which is my bad. But you're trying to put a cart through certain back alleys that are quite close, quite narrow.
Check or save?
Just a check.
Okay. 11.
Okay.
11.
There are 11. There are some times where the cart and the horses stop like they don't want to go in through this narrow passageway, but you're able to, with time, kind of like ease them into it and make your way. It takes a little bit longer, but you're able to ease them through the alleyways and get back to the fair.
I'll get off the cart and lead them at certain points.
Yeah, you do that. And you're able to just get them. Sorry. Just get them through the alleyways and all the way back to the Soaring Sparrow.
Brush them down, put them back into the stable.
They go quietly, and you're able to calm them down. You're muted, Emma.
If they're going to be trying to sneak off the cart and into the cart, I'm just going to tap the staff twice on the ground and pass without a trace. Will just boof out underneath us all.
Lucy loves that staff.
I could just do it at will now. It's great.
Yeah.
Anthony will go back to the cart and lean over. All right, you two, have fun.
We're busy. Go away.
There's a bucket of rainwater I could toss on both of you. Get out of my cart.
Lucy gets out chuckling. Still looks like a furbolg.
I tied a sock down on the door and everything, and you're here to mess up my game. Thanks, man. Have you never been to a frat house? If the Codco's a rockin', don't come a knockin'.
Yes.
He has no idea what you mean, dear.
Yeah.
Nope.
Let's go.
Dex.
Thank you. Let us know when you're
pregnant.
Yep. Your appointment's done.
Titus will lean over the cart and just sidle out. It's a boy.
Congratulations. I'm grandfather.
If it's a changeling, it's whatever they want. Lucy just starts walking away.
No, you see, the joke is I came out like.
If there's anything I can do to be helpful, just let me know.
You might have to play midwife, bro.
Oh, with that, I have delivered babies before, so I could do that.
I think Ro would be a stellar midwife.
Are you coming or not? She calls from the end of the alleyway.
They're walking and talking.
Are you all going, or is it just Lucy and Titus?
Anthony's gonna wait on the other side and wait for them to call him over.
I might. Do we know? We don't know where he is inside the building, do we? Lucy, if you let me know where you are, I can perch on the window so I can watch the outside of the building if it's useful.
Are you saying this through the sending earring, or are we still together?
I am assuming we're still together. I wasn't aware we had left.
Lucy would tell you, go for it. Check all the windows as a bird and see if you see them.
Can't be a bird, but I can be something that climbs really easy.
Yeah. Whatever you can get to the windows to check and see if they're in a room. Lucy's gonna plan on redisguising herself and just walking into a bar for a drink.
Soon's crawling on the outside of the building with Ro. But Anthony's in the Sparrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we were robot today.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that.
So what are you turning into, Roisin? What does the inspiration take you?
Because monkey's a bit too. It's useful for a lot of things, but it would be noticeable just hanging out. A spooter.
I don't know what that is.
A spider.
Oh.
Don't know what a spooter is.
I got so confused. It's like, oh god, the coffee is not in my brain yet.
Soon suggests across his body a tarantula with pink toes.
I want to be as dark as possible soon. We have to be subtle. I'm not sure you know how to be subtle soon, but
he gives you a blink.
I feel like, why don't you scout at ground level and I'll go up to the windows?
he gives you a very poignant of, I can do this, before he scuttles away.
Okay.
So where's Soon scuttling to?
He's
How is he
scuttling up-
climbing up a wall?
He has a climb speed of 20 feet.
He does have a climb speed of 20 feet.
Can he climb like vertical?
Yeah. Yeah, he can climb.
Okay.
Got tiny suction cups at the end of his
He has
feet.
pointy
Sure.
little mandibles that allow him
He's
to
just
climb.
developing. Sure, okay.
Okay.
No, he's always had this. He's always been able to climb.
His feet are actually made of immovable rods that he can activate himself internally.
Sure.
Just dink, 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 dink.
Hopefully he'll be nice and subtle. I will turn into a spider so that I can go up and check out
His
windows.
stealth is 4. It's
Yeah.
better than my stealth.
It's tiny. So both of you roll me a stealth check.
Tiny, a cat is tiny. It's still noticeable.
I mean, it's no more noticeable than a spider. They're the same size.
He's not like spider size. Cats are classed as tiny. What size is he actually?
He's only the size of a palm.
Okay.
He's a
small.
baby.
That's why he wanted a golden body.
Shh, right?
He rolled a nat 20 for a
What
24.
the fuck? Okay.
I got dirty 20.
30, 20. Okay, you two.
No, 22, sorry, because they've got a
Okay.
stealth
Okay.
bonus.
You two are able to move past the people. And you move past Lucy and Titus, and you're able to start climbing the walls and look through the windows. Roll me a perception check, both of you.
I'm gonna try and split off so that we're checking different windows.
Mm-hmm.
Just to
Soon rolled
diversify.
a 17.
Perception. Is it wisdom? Oh, it's just 17 as well. Hey, twins.
Soon and a spider.
Mm-hmm.
So you start climbing the walls, and you're able to make your way all the way to the back. And you see about the if you're looking at the wall, it would be the corner right room. There is a window that seems to be shut. Everywhere else, every other window that you're through, you don't see the people that you're looking for, but there is one window that seems to be shut.
Okay. Is there anything in it?
It has curtains over. It depends how long you're staying in there, looking at the window.
If I can't see anything, I'm gonna try to get to a neighboring window and like climb in that and then make my way through, because I can obviously spiders can go under little door cracks.
Yeah. So the window is shut and it has curtains over it, but you're able to make your way over to a different window and kind of just wiggle your way into there.
Soon we'll just stay outside the curtain window and just kind of
wait. He's on guard. Yeah. He's on guard. So I'm just gonna keep going until I can make my way in.
Yeah. It's a dark room. Whoever's in this room, there's either no one in this room or someone's sleeping. You're not sure. But you're able to make your way through the room, and you see a little crack of light under the door that you're able to follow and just wiggle your way out of there as well. And you see some people walking through this what seems to be like what is a banister. Not banister, sorry. It's a hallway with a banister that you can look down into.
I'll try to go up onto like skirting board and climb along the skirting board to be so I'm not gonna get stood on,
squashed, yeah,
but also not like all the way up the wall, like just along the skirting board.
Skirting board. Yeah, you do that. And you're able to locate the room. It's not that it's a square building. It's not that hard. So you go up the skirting board and into the room, and you see little crack under the door. Roll me a perception check before you go in.
18. I don't think I get a plus on anything perception wise.
Yeah.
Wisdom, no. Plus 0.
You hear with your spider ears or hearing holes, because spiders don't have ears. You do hear voices, like hushed whispers, as you are making your way through this crack. Seems to be upset. But you make your way under the crack, and you look up and you see another gentleman who seems to be another gentleman who everything looks bigger from your perspective, but they seem to be a wider uh, person, buffer, and then arguing with them in a much more I'm your boss type of arguing is the half elf that you saw at the market. Blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin.
So is this the guy?
That's the guy.
Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to attach myself underneath a bit of furniture so they can't see me, and I'm just going to listen a bit longer to see if I can pick up information from them.
Make a perception check.
I mean, if they're speaking loud, I feel like it'd be hard not to hear it. 14.
14. You're able to pick up a bits of the conversation, and you see that the half elf, who you know to be Kilry, is very upset. They've noticed the cart is gone. They can't seem to locate it. It doesn't seem to be on the same place that they are. He's like, these two gentlemen, the one he's talking to and the one that was guarding, you can make the with context clues that they had just started working together recently. With Kilry, they seem to have been a pair, and they are basically insulting them and upset that they can do their job. And basically, they say to this gentleman that if you can't find that cart, I'm going to gut both you and your brother.
Okay. What race were the two? Could I tell? Did I see like elf ears or?
You see, the other gentleman seems to be just human.
Okay. I'll see if I can listen and see if he calls either him or his brother by name at all.
He doesn't.
Okay. Is there anything else interesting in the room? Is it just a plain old tavern room?
It's just a plain old tavern room.
I really want to go over and like spider bite him, but I won't. Just make his ankle really itchy and annoy him. Okay, but I'm sensible at least. So I'm gonna crawl out the room and go back to the window.
Soon sees you and just kind of rears up before he settles back down.
I'm gonna do the spider dance thing. And then crawl down the wall, and then
he mimics it and follows you.
Yeah. Spider Row and her robot friend. It's a buddy cop movie.
It's a buddy cop movie.
Spider Row, Spider Row.
Across his body, you'll see, I can blind them.
No. I hold up a spider arm, which should be enough to let him know that this is Roisin going, no. And then crawl out, and I'm gonna find myself like a behind, like somewhere that looks hidden.
Yeah, you're able to crawl down and find basically the stables that were back there.
So I'll transform back and then relay the information to Lucy. Don't need a response, but top left-hand room, would it be? Right-hand room?
If they're
at
coming
the back?
in, it would be their left-hand room.
Top left-hand room at the back. Kilry is in there. One brother inside, one brother outside. He's angry at them for the cart going missing. He says he'll gut them if they don't find it. But he is in that room.
You hear a chuckle from Anthony. That solves our problem.
Well, perhaps. I think they're human. Just so you know, there's a guard outside as well. Was there one outside? So there was a brother outside and a brother inside? Or was there two inside?
Get the sense that the brother was the guy you killed.
Okay, got it.
Oops.
Context clues. I will. Yep, I think we may have killed his brother. Oops. Haha. So, 2 in the room.
All
And I'll
right.
just leave it because I'm not expecting her to answer because I know that she's probably inside. So then I'm going to walk back and go and find Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Soon scuttles after you and across his body. He said, I told you I could do this.
I'm going to pick him up and be like, you were marvelous, dear, and I'll give him a big kiss.
As this
Chuckles.
is happening, Lucy and Titus, what were you doing?
Sitting at the bar, drinking.
Yep, just a furbolg and whatever. If Titus disguised himself, did he?
He's a human.
Okay, just a furbolg and a human sitting having a drink.
Did you keep the fur book then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You do get a couple looks just because fur books aren't common, but other than that, nothing majorly. Just be like, oh hey, we don't see those around, and then they go back to their drinks.
She'll do like the raise the drink and nod
Yeah.
at people as they stare at her.
And are you paying attention to like the upstairs? What are you doing as you're taking a drink?
Yeah, once she gets the message from Ro, she'll position herself and Titus after getting a second drink. Because I imagine while Ro was doing that, they would have gone through one drink just watching the room they're in. Gets a second drink and says, why don't we move to a table? It's more comfortable. And she'll position them so that they're facing the upstairs.
You do that.
Is there a spot in the tavern where they can be positioned away from other people listening? How busy is it?
It's pretty busy, but there are booths. You know, when you walk in, right at that wall where the door is, there are booths where you can see up and across the upstairs hallway. Because the hallway, it doesn't have just a second floor. You can see up into the hallway. It's just a hallway that's around the wall.
Once they're in one of those booths.
The landing is what it is.
Okay. Once they're in one of those booths, and her mouth is out of view of the rest of the room, she'll use her message cantrip to relay to Titus what Ro told her via sending earring. And so, where should we go next on our night of drinking? Is what anyone listening will hear her say out loud.
Titus will cuddle up to Lucy because no one wants to watch people do PDA.
Some people do.
Some people do, but I think the majority of people normally turn their head away.
Yeah, once there are people still looking at Lucy, kind of like having conversations about, oh, it's a furball. I haven't seen any around. I don't know, like, but once they see you start calling up, they're like, oh. But yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. Depending on how many drinks you get me, maybe we could find a room here somewhere.
Another round then. Maybe 2 more upstairs? Do we see anyone outside of their room, or are they all in the room?
They're in the room, and as you're talking, you do see the door itself open, and the human man that Ro had told you about is coming out in a huff. Seems that he's angry and upset. You could probably tell because his brother is gone, so is the cart. So the assumption is that his brother took the cart. So yeah.
Is he coming downstairs, or is he like going out of?
He's coming downstairs and going out of the tavern.
When he gets close, Lucy'll just lean across Titus and kiss him, pulling that like an escalation of the PDA.
Okay.
Don't pay attention to us. In every romantic spy movie.
Yeah.
She pulls his hood over his head as she pulls in, just to cover her face.
You do that, and the man doesn't seem to be paying attention to most. Like he does look around the room, and when he realizes brother's not there, he doesn't seem to pay attention to most others in the room, and he just walks out, frustrated.
Once he
In
goes,
between their makeout session, Titus will ping the sending earring to Anthony and Ro on all chat. Incoming. One human out the door. No, excuse me.
Anthony stands up and just pulls his head over his face a bit further, pulling the mask up. He says, "Want me to interject or let him go?"
I think we should follow him till he's somewhere.
Does he say that
quiet?
Yeah,
on
he
the
says
sending
it
in?
to everyone.
Lucy will keep her face very close to Titus, and you'll hear a quiet, "Get him alone and question him if you can. Then it's up to you."
Anthony chuckles and heads out. Ro, do you want to come?
Yes. She's gonna her hand grips a little tighter to her staff. She's still really fucking pissed about them taking this kid, so very aggressive
also...
mama bear is in full swing.
You could tell that this is a child, like they were
maybe
6 years old.
Yeah. She's well aware. She's well
aware. Sits
aware.
on top of your staff and just says to you on his body, "Fuck him up."
Oh, I intend to, little one. You're gonna help.
After a moment, you hear a chuckle, and it sounds very much like your chuckle coming from him.
Right. So.
That's part of the magic guild tinkering ability. He can mimic sounds.
You walk out of the Sparrow, and you meet up with Roisin. Roisin, you have the description of this man. You've seen them before, so you're able to pick them out through the crowd. Make a perception check for me.
23.
You're able to pick them out through the crowd and easily follow them with your eyes. They seem to be, so follow them with your eye. They walk they walk between people, almost as if trying to lose someone. But they then after a moment go into alleys and back alleys.
Okay. I'm just going to keep following. They've never had a druid with really high perception following them, clearly. I'll give Anthony a look, but I'm going to follow him so that Anthony knows to come.
Yeah.
He'll trail behind Ro a couple feet, like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Soon's just sitting on top of her staff before he kind of molds his leg back into his body and looks like an ornament.
The top of my staff is a tree that's alive, so he gets to sit in the tree.
Okay.
You see across his body, "I'm gonna blind this fucker."
Soon is so aggressive.
Soon got a taste of power and he's not going back.
Oh, that's not great. Doesn't matter because that's a 2. He tries to be stealthy, but he's angry and stomping on the ground. So you're able to easily follow him. While this is happening, Lucy and Titus, what are you doing? You seem looking out.
We're just. I would assume that we're just maintaining watch on the door and waiting to hear what happens.
Yeah. All right.
Unless Titus has another idea.
They could always get us a room.
And how do you suggest we watch for them to come out?
A good bit of voyeurism. Through the window. Then again, the window is out on the street, and I don't think anyone would, take too kindly to someone perching outside of one.
She taps his temple and there you go. Now you're thinking with your brain.
It was a joke.
Another night, dear.
Yeah.
So you just standing watch. Okay. You stand watch. How long do you stand watch for?
Until we find out whether or not Ro and Anthony were successful.
Okay.
Unless someone comes out of that room.
Okay.
There are orders of water in between, like, kind of alcoholic beverages.
So, Ro and Anthony, you stalk this person. Go ahead and make me stealth checks. You're muted.
I'll bump the pass without trace.
Oh, good.
You get a +10 to that.
She
Anthony.
knows she's doing this with Anthony, and she ain't taking no chances.
Anthony's getting
16.
an 11. Oh.
I get 28.
Look, we've all discovered it's not his strongest suit.
She's barefoot. Right. She's always stealthy. She's quiet as a mouse.
So thanks to your pass without a trace, Anthony, you are about to trip on what seems to be what is like loose trash, but as soon as Ro pumps hits her staff against the floor, you feel something come over you and just direct you out of the way of it.
I turn around and I give him that look that we've all received from a mother, maybe even a school teacher, of a...
He just holds up his hands and points to his leg where the scar is, like...
And I just keep going.
Soon gives a middle finger towards Anthony, and he's like, I don't deserve this. I am your creator.
You do that, and you're able to stealthily make your way. How far away are you from this person?
40 feet, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe a little further. Like she's keeping an eye on him. She's not gonna be like...
I'm 50 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm keeping an eye on him until it seems that he's somewhere that is either he's ducked in somewhere, it is quiet enough that we can do something about it, or he seems alone. You're like, and then we'll do something.
After a few minutes,
I have a bit of a plan.
Yeah. No, after a few minutes, you are able to recognize that you are in the back alleyway of what seems to be closed shops, because it doesn't look like a home. If you take a second to look around, you start seeing merchandise in certain windows, and the lights are on, and you would assume that there's no one around because it's closed shops. It's after hours.
Soon we'll scuttle down off the staff quietly and kind of stick to the hugging the walls to see who's in this little closed area.
Yeah.
Where?
The space we're entering into. He's gonna see who's there, if he can see anybody. He's playing recon, basically.
Okay. You're walking into a long back alleyway.
Has he gone into a shop? Sorry.
No. He's in
the alleyway.
Yeah, like the back entrance of a shop.
Okay. I'll whisper quietly. Do you want me to stop him?
Soon turns around to you. Let me try. Across his body.
I can immobilize him, and then you can try.
He puts a leg up. An agreement.
And I'm gonna cast Wall of Thorns in a circle around him so he can't move anymore.
Okay. Is there a save or?
Nope. It's kind of like
happens.
It comes up. When it appears, anyone within its area can make a dex save throw and take damage. It's not necessarily about the damage necessarily. I'm wanting it to be around him so that he can no longer move. And if he tries to move, he's going to be going into a Wall of Thorns.
Okay.
And as the thorns go up, Soon turns his body and he has to make not him, but the guy has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
He gave Soon a toy.
You did give Soon a toy.
You're
right.
We did.
Well, that's a natural one.
Okay, he fails. The DC was 15, so this guy is blinded now because a bright light emits from Soon and just beams this guy in the face.
Okay.
Expending one of his gem of brightness.
You hear cursing. You know when someone's trying to do quiet cursing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And because he can't see anything and he's just
Yeah.
got thorns all around him. Like,
Yeah. So he'll take the damage. What's the damage?
What, for the blinding or the thorns?
The thorns.
Soon doesn't do any damage. He just blinds people.
Okay. I don't have spells up. I do have how many dice is, so let me just.
Soon gives a very
Lucy
Lucy laugh as he scuttles back to your own, sits on top of your staff again.
8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 3, 31. If it's full, did he save? It would be a dex save.
A dex save?
So either 31 or 15, depending on if he fails or saves. And it's 17. You try to
He would be at disadvantage because he's blinded.
Okay.
Soon fucks up people in his own way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's how much?
31 if he's taking full, or 15 half. 17, sorry. 17? Yeah.
He just made it 17. He was a +4.
Okay, so 15 damage, yeah. So I'm going to step back and kind of indicate for Anthony to come in because I can drop the spell when he's ready to do what he wishes to do.
Okay. I should say this guy can make another save at the end of his turn, more or less, against this gem of brightness as Anthony comes in.
Okay. And the spell, you can't see through the wall of thorns, correct?
Well, pliable, tangled brush bristling with needle sharp thorns. I mean, I guess you could kind of see through it in as much as you could see through a wall of thorns. But it's going to be slightly obscured. Do you know what I mean? So you can kind of see, but
all right.
Because the light would have gotten through it.
Are you yourself making a surprise attack as well, Anthony?
I'm waiting for the thorns to drop before I just shove them against the wall and say, "Oh, fuck me sideways. Look what we have here."
Okay.
I'll draw as soon as Anthony said I'm dropping it for dramatic effect, right as Anthony is there in his face.
Yeah. For flavor, I'll let it happen. But God, do I want to go into a fight? Yeah, we're doing this we're doing RP at the moment because you have them against the wall. Make a grappling check.
Athletics.
I'll let you know now. It is, I think, your athletics versus their versus their Dexter acrobatics.
Oh man.
Oh, their athletics or acrobatics versus your athletics.
Yeah. Didn't roll very. I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Anthony, this is what you're meant to be good at.
You have a natural 20.
You're right. I will.
You also have advantage on a roll that I don't think you've used.
You're right. Let me
look at your sheets that our producer has made for us.
You're right. 12.
I made you a chart. Use it.
Soon's doing way better than me today. 12.
12. A 13.
Oh boy. So I just shove him, but let him kind of break.
You shove him and you let him break. And because you didn't succeed, we're gonna go into initiative. So everybody roll initiative.
Oh, let's fuck him up, fam. I ain't here to question this bitch.
Okay.
She don't need answers. She needs revenge.
But we're gonna save that until we come back after break.
Okay.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good.
I step away for 5 minutes.
Zoom blinded a bitch, and Anthony just shoved him against the wall.
Roisin just wrapped them into a thorn burrito.
Yeah.
And with that, see you later, everybody. Bye.
What the fuck you guys are gonna have?
And we're back.
Hi, everyone.
Oh
Welcome
boy.
back. Let me. What is their initiative? It is a 15. So, wow. You know what I should do? Have my Roll20 open. Wow. Okay. So, last we left off 5 minutes ago, we had Roisin trap this guy in a thorn burrito, which hurt him for 15 points of damage because Soon jumped into the swell thorn burrito and just blinded the man. Just straight up blinded him. As well as Anthony came in to push this guy around and said a very specific one-liner. And unable to grapple him, we started on initiative because there is a fight happening. So, who goes first? Roisin, you go first. This man, as his pushback, starts to take out a cutlass from their belt.
Well, that was your first mistake. Blight.
Blight. Okay. Okay.
She ain't fucking around.
Is
Let
it
me just.
Yeah.
I believe it's a save. I'll put it through. It should give you the deets.
Okay. Let me see. It does not give me deets.
It is DC 17 con save.
Oh, there we go. I didn't read it. Okay. I'm good at what I do, guys. I promise.
You are fantastic at what you do, DM. We love you.
We do.
Please don't kill my friends.
Well, it's fuck. Okay. Okay. Let me take out a writing implement. Those are art supplies. But you know what? It'll work. Well, whatever their con save was doesn't matter because they rolled a 2.
36 necrotic damage.
Okay.
I'd recommend you don't fight.
Do fight. MTV just thinks more.
Make an intimidation check, Roshi.
Okay.
Lucy's ears are just burning. They're not going to get
You know
information,
what?
are they?
You know what? You know what? This feels like a nice moment because all my spells are caught like saves, so I don't often get to use an at 20. So I'm gonna use an at 20 on my intimidation.
Okay.
She is a very angry mama bear.
As you, what does the blight look like as you touch their skin? Or it's
I'd
just
like to think
casted
it's
against them.
Yeah, it's like that very, very dark green energy of like natural necrotic damage that'll sort of hit out, and then it's gonna like radiate out into the veins. So the veining is gonna like fill with that black necrotic.
Yeah. So you
energy.
see this black, this green necrotic energy just settle and almost seep into their skin as black veins start to appear. They start looking gaunt, and they fall to the floor. As their body weakens with this blight, and you just stand over them and say,
I recommend you don't fight. And when she's in battle mode and she's doing what I call druid rage, she looks like Galadriel in Lord of the Rings, where it's like just terrifying.
It's like, where's the wind? But your hair's still flowing in the wind.
Beyonce fan in her hair,
And with Anthony behind you with a shooting grin,
she probably sounds angrier than Anthony has ever heard her. She is absolutely furious at this situation.
They drop their weapons and put their hands up.
Anthony looks to Ro, then just pops him.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage, I guess.
Rage.
Okay.
20.
20. Yeah, that hits.
Just pop him in the nose.
Wait, what is it with you and popping people in the nose in the back alleyway?
He was a scrapper
Yeah.
before he became a soldier.
How much damage?
4.
He's just unarmed. Or
Yeah.
he's just punching him. He's not.
Okay.
If he's dropped his weapon and hands are up, are we still in combat order?
I would say no.
Okay, I'm gonna like staff to his chest and just pin him there and be like, "You're gonna tell us where you were taking that cart."
All right.
Growls, mimicking a cat.
He looks to both of you, and
if I need to, I'm gonna do that thing where like it's at his chest, but I'll pop it up at his chin, and then just pin like just you're going to tell us.
Okay. And he looks at both of you, kind of assessing his chances. As Anthony knocks him in the fucking nose, just bops him in the nose. His nose is bleeding. There's a staff pins to his chest that then hits his chin. And he's not stupid. So he looks at both of you and says, "We're just dropping it off."
Where?
A few towns over.
Which town?
I wasn't given the details.
If you were driving the cart, you would know where you were going.
I was just supposed to guard it. I got given details as the job went.
Mm-hmm. Sure. What's your name?
Better be honest with the lady.
He looks to both of you. Savior.
And your brother?
Lee.
Xavier and Lee, I say to Lucy. So you have no information about where you were taking them. Where did you come from?
We met the guy at the border. Were hired as guards.
Did he already have the creatures before you were hired?
Creatures?
Just kind of nudge Ro.
Was the cart already in his possession?
Yes. Again, we're guards for hire.
I'll lean real close. You know he's a slaver, right?
Make an insight check.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, both of you can make one.
Close the sheet.
14 and 7 is 21.
Okay.
Oh, 17.
Okay. You see his eyes slightly widen, and he's like, "No."
Can I recommend you maybe investigate these things before you take jobs from just anybody?
It's through a company. It's through other people that we get jobs.
What's your company name?
Through our knowledge, he was just a merchant.
Right. And who is it you actually work for then?
Listen, it's not the... It's a shady business, I know, but...
We just need the information. We're not here to judge you. We're here for the information. Give us the information.
Here to judge.
That's fine.
It's a business up in college called Traders Run.
Where in Kalish?
Let me open the map. He gives you a town name, and you know this town to be it is outside of the capital city, maybe a town over. He gives you the name fuck. Let me look at my notes. I have this in my notes. Dun, 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 dun. Uh, okay. I don't have my notes organized. He gives you the name, but you know where it is, because it's close to the capital city. I don't want to. I don't want to cut things because I don't remember name. But he gives you that. You know, it's a few towns over. It's a small village. It's not really that big. But it is outside of the capital city of Kalish.
Okay. Soon, I want you to listen to this, and hopefully Soon knows that means he should be trying to mimic the sound, or being ready to mimic the sound.
Yeah. Soon turns to you, and you see a small blue glow kind of just emanate around his eyes.
So, you didn't know that it was a slaver hiring you then?
No.
How long have you been working for this company?
2 years.
And they don't look into who it is that's hiring you? Would they have a problem it was a slaver?
I don't know. The worst thing we've done is guarded some stolen goods. It's not the most legal of business.
Soon, go find your sister.
He gives a disgruntled beep as he just scuttles away to find
Tell her what you've heard. Oh, do you need anything else, Anthony?
He turns to the guard and pulls back. Unfortunately, I'm more morally good to not kill you. But I know somebody who doesn't give a shit. Maybe I'll talk to them.
He just looks up to both of you.
While this is being dealt with, will you come with me?
I'm talking to the guy. Save you. Do I have a choice?
No, you don't.
Come on.
He'll send up, hand still up.
I'm gonna move the staff and hold up my hand to help him up. Like, she's not gonna be she's still very much pissed off lady, but she's not gonna be aggressive to him. She's gonna help him up.
He doesn't take your hand, but he stands up by himself.
Okay.
I'll search for any weapons around his belt and just these are mine now.
Yeah, there's a cutlass that he dropped, there's a dagger, and there's also a crossbow.
Yeah, Anthony just takes them and looks around. I don't have a problem. People just keep.
I know. And I'm gonna say, Lucy, Soon is coming. He, I believe, has recorded the voice of this brother. This one is Lee. No, this one is Xavier?
Xavier.
This one is Xavier. This one is Xavier. And I'll let Soon scuttle off and do the thing.
Lucy will touch her earring, still very close to Titus, and say, "Dear, why don't you go up into the barkeep and get us a room?" Looking at Titus. But so Ro and Anthony can
we know what you're doing. Yeah.
She needs someplace to listen to soon. That's not in the open.
We should go back to our room, Anthony. So if the guy will come with us, we could go up to our room so that we can look out the window. Just instead of keeping him here out in the street.
Are you going to the Sparrow or are you going to the Broken Spoke?
Sparrow. We're not going into their tavern.
Okay. So you're going to the Soaring Sparrow, and you two are staying at the Broken Spoke.
Yeah. So they're going to deal with that stuff. We're just going to keep this guy until they're done, basically.
Okay.
The Furbolg and human couple are going to get a room. They've been all over each other this whole time.
Okay.
Titus heads over to the barkeep and excuse hairball, sorry.
Yes.
Wow.
One room single bed.
Sure. Just the night?
Looks over. Yeah.
Alright, that'll be 3 silvers.
Slides it across the bar.
Thanks. They'll kind
He
of
will
see
put
the
a
room.
he'll put a gold piece onto the table. Oh, he'll put 2 gold pieces and then reach behind the bar and grab a bottle at random.
Of course. And they'll take a room key and give it to you. It seems.
Honey.
Lucy will come over.
You once you get upstairs, you look at the room number, and the way the rooms go, there's no rooms in the front of the tavern, so it's a unfinished square or U. So you get the last room at the hallway, at the end of the hallway.
Is our room next to the one that
there's
that
their
guy's
room,
in?
and it faces that room. So your room, their room is in a corner. That's the corner of the hallway that you're going in.
Okay. Cool.
So like this is
so
the room.
We're like
this is
we're neighbors, but this way. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She'll go into the room with Titus, and then she'll crack the door open just enough that Soon would be able to get in, or not the door, the window.
All right. So eventually, Soon makes their way in. And you hear the message that is the man saying that they didn't know that this man was a slaver.
All right, I've got the voice. Goes into her bag and pulls out some more like worn traveling clothes and changes into those, and then into him. How do I look?
Soon says in various Anthony voice clips, "You look fine."
All right.
I wasn't prepared for a bit of roleplay tonight, but hey, whatever floats your boat.
Do you want to just put your hood up? I can shove you into the room. You can pretend to be my brother that I tracked down.
You know all the right words. And he'll pull his hood up just to obscure his face.
You see Soon flash across his body, "I blinded a bitch," before he scuttles away.
Oh, good job, little. Come here.
She'll
Pops up into your hand.
She'll tell Soon to go tell Anthony where they are and that they're going into the room. And if he wants to join, he's welcome to come. And she'll tell him to go off out the window.
He rolls away, he yeets himself like one of the snails from Animal Crossing and falls across the wall.
I love Soon. All right. You ready?
As I'll ever be. I'll respond in grunts if I can.
Can respond in grunts. So you make your way out of the door. While this is happening, Anthony and Roisin, what are you doing with this man?
What do you want to do with him? You can't keep him.
You can tie him up for now. I'll stay here with him.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Just in case there's something that Lucy wants to know. I think we've got everything, but...
All right.
I'll keep him company.
Do you need rope?
I have a funny feeling you'll be better. In fact, you know what? I'm pretty good at tying people up. I'm going to take her rope. She's not going to say where she learned it. She's going to tie this guy
already
up.
knows. He's just like...
Yeah. But she's going to do that thing where you take the arms back and then you tie like the elbows in the forearm.
Yeah.
Give it that old shibari knot. Got it.
Yeah. She knows.
You're not seducing him, bro. That's okay.
Listen, just hush. And I'm gonna ask him for some of his rope as well. And I'm gonna do a leg, and then just let him sit on the bed. Like I'm not gonna make him uncomfortable.
Yeah. Not making you uncomfortable. You're tying his arms back. Okay.
She knows how to do it so that you're not uncomfortable.
Okay.
So she's gonna sit him down, and then we don't have to roleplay out, but she's gonna just be talking with him about his work and his job and like why he went into it, and you know, now that he knows that slavers could be hiring him, like, is he okay with that? Like, she's just gonna be speaking with him,
mom lecturing him.
She's mom lecturing him in a you know, yeah.
Yeah. You learn a few things. We'll like fast forward that him and his brother grew up poor, and then this is like the best job they could get, and it's been working fine for a few years. If they didn't really care, they didn't think they were hurting anyone. So.
But now that he knows that it is hurting people, like, is he considering stopping?
Yes. He says that him and Lee could probably find something better. Lee, the brother that you killed.
She's only suspecting that at the moment. She doesn't know for sure, so she's not gonna say anything. But you know, I might know of a place for you to try and get some work.
All right.
We'll see what the others think. But there's better ways of making money.
All
If you want to be a shepherd, I need some people to tend my flock.
You say us after you murdered his brother.
Yep.
He doesn't
mention that part.
Yeah.
To be fair, neither me nor Anthony murdered that brother. We.
No, you're right. You just watched it happen, and then turned his body into a rat, and then threw him in a sewer. That was all you two. But while you're talking to this man,
yes,
and learning his life story, Lucy and Titus, you walk out. Do you wait for Anthony? Anthony, are you letting him know you're going over there?
My brother and I became mercenaries because we come from a small farm that's impoverished.
Once Soon delivers the message, I'll get up, pull my mask on, put the hood up, and head over.
Okay.
I'll tuck my great axe and rapier at my side.
Okay.
We wouldn't wait for him.
Yeah. So you okay? So.
But he'll be able to get in pretty soon.
Yeah. You make it to the door again, right across the hallway from you.
Lucy whispers in Titus's ear, "We need to keep them alive. Try and get them restrained if you can."
You got it.
She'll like tilt his head down a little bit so it's even more obscured, put a hand on his shoulder and keep him in front of her, doing like that like mom/older sibling, like, I'm directing you where to go type deal. And bang on the door.
Okay.
Found him.
You see the door open and a hand just kind of pulls you both in. And good. Now where the fuck's my cart?
Couple blocks over. Someone found him. Moved it. Good job learning that. I don't know, what spell would hide a cart? I'm having a brain fart. I had this planned out in my head on what to say. God damn it. Good job learning that spell to hide it.
If all my merchandise is not in that car, I will burn you both from the inside out.
Sounds painful. You want to go check it?
Yes, why didn't you bring it over? Let me roll a perception check for him.
Didn't bring it over because someone was sniffing around the alley.
You scare them off. It's not that fucking hard.
Rolls eyes.
With a 23, he kind of looks to both of you.
Lucy will go as Xavier to open the door and say, well, Lee, you gonna lead the way back or not?
Slow raises thumb and stumbles over to the door.
As you two are heading back over to the door, you see him cast a spell.
Yeah.
Fuck.
As he taps his chest. Who the fuck are you?
Lucy turns around slowly and just says, "I'm just a girl who woke up in a slaver's cart," and hurls a Eldritch Blast at him.
Okay. As you do that, let's roll for initiative.
Boy. Tonight is the night. What a beautiful night. And they call it.
Say 22 for this motherfucker.
Initiative. 19.
19.
Everyone trying not to die, your mama's not there to heal you.
That's very true.
Lucy got a 22 as well.
What's your dex?
It is...
Plus what?
+2.
Fuck, okay, roll off, because that's, wait, what's his dex? Let me double check. Yeah, it's +2.
Right. What am I rolling, a d20?
Just a d20.
Oh, it went behind my stream deck. Hang on.
You got this.
What did you roll, Titus?
19.
It's an 18.
17, so you go first.
Thank you to Indoor Adventures, who gave me these dice that roll very, very well. Okay, I go first? Then yeah.
Yeah, you go
2 first. Eldritch Blast beams.
Those hit automatically, correct?
No.
No.
First one's a 6 and second one's a 24.
The 6 misses as he sees that you are hurling magic at him. He'll move out of the way, but you see his movement and you're able to catch him in the stomach with the other one.
Cool. He takes 11 points of damage.
Okay. Where's my writing implement? My pencil.
I think you have the higher dex, Titus, so I'll just put you as 0.3.
Okay. So he will look to you and cast. You're a few feet apart. He will. What's this one? Between the two of you, he'll, because there's space as he jumped out of the way, he'll cast, you see words, magic. You see him muttering words as his fingers move, and you see a small point of like grow between you two as he casts flaming sphere. And you two have to make a dex saving throw.
Get shit on. 24.
Okay. You're muted, dear.
Would I be able to cast shield to protect myself against it?
As a reaction?
Mm-hmm.
It's a dex save, though.
Yeah, but does it count on a dex save?
No, it's an
shield
AC
is just
buff.
for a melee attack.
Yeah. Shields for
what am I
using
rolling?
numbers.
Dex save? 13?
You, Titus, take only 8 points of fire damage, and you take 17 points of fire damage. And okay. Go ahead, and I believe that is their entire action. So I believe soon it is your Titus. It is your turn. There's this flaming sphere between you and this person.
Bonus action using my Hexblade Curse on him. And then rolling my magic missile at 6th level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do that. I have that many. Okay. So that is 8. That. Ooh. Plus 57 points of force damage.
Okay. What was your number to hit?
It's magic missile.
Oh, magic missile. Okay. Okay.
And he will move up to him and around him, so he's out of the flaming sphere area of effect.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. 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 He will. Anthony, are you there already? No, you.
Yeah. I can use my full 40 feet to get there.
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
Thank
you
you.
use your full 40 feet together. So you see there's a flaming sphere in the room. And Lucy and Titus both just straight up going on this guy.
I'll turn to them and say, we're not burning, we're not. All right. As I enter into a rage, pull out my great axe.
I didn't cast it.
Kind of busy.
And I'm gonna thorn whip this guy towards the flaming spear.
Okay. That's about where you're going. Because you dashed.
Oh no, 40 feet's my normal movement.
Oh, 40 feet are no. Okay, yeah.
Barbarian.
Fuck barbarians.
80 feet is
Daddy's
my
here.
dash movement.
Go
40
ahead.
feet is 40 feet's just my quick movement. 21 to hit.
That hits. He's a wizard.
So he takes 8 piercing, and if he's a medium creature, so he gets pulled 10 feet closer to me.
Okay.
Into that flaming spear.
Okay.
Using his own spell against him.
You see him being pulled into that flaming sphere. It doesn't seem to do any damage at all.
Just say, well, Mr. Kildry, seems we're at the same impasse we were 15 years ago.
You motherfucker.
That's what they keep calling me.
Next it is Lucy's turn.
Me.
Yes, you.
I'm gonna use one of my warlock spells and I'm gonna cast command.
Okay.
I need a wisdom save.
A wisdom save.
Spell's in range.
Natural 20.
Well, that didn't work.
You try to send out the magic and try to make it settle into his psyche, but you see him just shake out of it.
I will correct myself and say I cast Thorn Whip before I raged.
That's fine.
That's it for Lucy.
Okay. Next, it is his turn. So he will drop his flaming spear and he's actually going to bonus action over channel. And please roll me dexterity saving throw, all of you.
16.
Okay.
I'm in danger.
25.
Okay.
If you need your mama to come heal you, you just need to let me know.
If I can. I'm down to 29 hit points.
Okay. You all saved. So you take 11 points 11 points of damage. I rolled it all together, so I was a dum-dum. But some of them is bludgeoning, some of it's cold damage. Mhm. But yeah. But he does not seem to be affected by this spell. So, but you see this large cylinder of just hail and ice start raining down on you as you feel the ice and hail just hit you with force and just creating this freezing touch as it hits you. Lucy. No. Titus.
What?
It's your turn.
What about Lucy?
Lucy already went. She tried command and it didn't work.
Okay, cool. I will pull a rapier. On the basket hilt is the emblem of a diving falcon, which is his family crest, but he will attack. That's a 19. Oh, wait. Bonus action, Hex him. He has disadvantage on strength ability checks.
Okay, he's a wizard.
Anthony. I got a 19 on the die, which is a crit because of my Hexblade curse.
Yeah, okay.
So he is taking that plus that. 18 points of piercing damage, and
I mean, yeah, he's down.
oh, can I make it subdual damage?
So non-lethal.
Non-lethal. So he basically takes the basket hill and just punches him in the back of the head.
Yeah, you just fucking rapier or whip him. Yeah, you can do that.
Titus is going to raise a finger and walk out the door. Should I clear the bar?
Yes.
He'll walk out the door to the landing. Fire! And then walk back.
I mean, you're not wrong because there are some things on fire because of the flaming spear. People can smell it, so you see people start hurrying and getting away, and the owner, the proprietor of this bar, starts coming up with water because this is their livelihood.
Just a glass of water.
No, it's a bucket of water. It's a barrel of water, to be honest. This woman they're like a half orc woman, so they're coming with a barrel of water.
Fucker's gone mad in there. He was launching fireballs, claiming he was like some all-powerful. He's a little loony.
She comes in and just kind of throws the barrel of water into like the areas that are catching on fire. And she's like, "I'm gonna call the town's guard."
Would you mind giving us a minute to question him?
Make it.
I'll stick my head out. He stole something from me.
23.
That's matter for the town guard.
Oh, we work in tandem with them, she says. She rolled a 23 on persuasion. We'll be happy to turn him over when we're done.
Okay. If you're lying, then just roll deception instead of persuasion.
Same bonus.
Mm-hmm. It's the same bonus.
Okay.
I can reroll it if you want. Okay.
All right, then I'll leave it up to you.
Thank you.
Just
I really appreciate it.
Just get him out of my tavern.
As soon as we can.
Yeah.
She says as she's tying him up.
Yeah. You do so, and you're able to tie him up, and she leaves. Starts calming down the patrons outside. Um, and yeah, you have your. She seems to kind of like close the bar for the night. She's like, "It's fucking bullshit." You see her muttering on under her breath. Um, and you are able to tie him up, and the bar is clear. Other than the half orc and some of the workers that are trying to get things settled down.
I'll shove a potion of healing down his gob and sit him against the bed.
Okay.
Shove a gag after the potion so you can't use vocal components.
Okay. He's. I mean, he's.
He's tied up, so he
Tied
can't
up.
use his hands. So like,
Yeah, there are some spells that are just vocal components,
true.
though. So.
And if he's spec'd into sorcerer, none of that matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't give the DM ideas.
Give me all the ideas.
I love them.
So you have him tied up and gagged as he wakes up, and you see bruises already start forming over his face. As he wakes up, takes in his surroundings, and just looks to you, Anthony, with just hatred in his eyes.
I'll sit down across the room, crossing my legs, and just... This is twice now, you know.
Lucy touches the tattoo on her neck. Dear, I need a favor.
Don't you always?
Missed you too. I need some magical restraints and possibly some help from Shadow and Echo if they feel like having a bit of fun.
What are you up to?
I captured a slaver.
Oh, just tell me where you are. Send them over.
She knows her patron. She'll say where she's at very specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll also fill her in on the Furbolg child that they rescued from their possession, as well as the animals that also went to the menagerie.
They're at the islands?
Yes, I told them I would like Fanor to check on the child later.
That's possible. I'll let him know.
Thank you.
Good job.
She ends the connection.
And so you're there. You have a few minutes. So what are you doing with him?
I'll just lean towards Kilry and say, "You're not dealing with me tonight, my dear. You're dealing with these two. You'll wish you were dealing with me by the end of it." As I stand up and go outside the door and just close it, leaving soon with them.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy would have told you, let no row work successful.
Yeah.
Don't let Tom worry.
Yeah. I'll contact Ro. Mm-hmm. So the kids did really well. Set some things on fire, but they did really well.
From the other side of the door, I didn't cast that spell, it was him.
Well, it was at you, so it's sort of your fault.
Alright, do you need me, Tom?
No, they're gonna... It's best you stay away from this tonight.
Right.
Give my new employer my best.
Sure.
Before they start, Titus will pull Lucy to the side. You sure about this?
We need information. They can give it to us.
Oh, yes, sure, but it's about the gathering that I'm worried about for you.
She shifts back into like blonde Lucy and just head tilt.
He'll pull out one of his daggers and hand it to her.
I have my own, thanks.
Oh, but they're too nice for this.
She just pushes his dagger aside and walks back over. So, some friends of mine are coming to talk to you. Would you like to talk to me first? They're not nearly as nice. Or good looking.
He has a gag in his mouth.
He can nod yes or no.
Just doesn't do anything.
Would you like to hit him first, Titus, or should I?
It's not my pound of flesh to carve, love. I've added.
She will cast... Yeah, I got one spell slot left. Let's try this at first level.
How much did you heal him for, first of all? Someone gave him
standard 1d or 2d4 potion.
Go ahead and roll it for me.
Yes.
She's not casting anything that'll damage him yet.
No.
2d4 plus 2?
Plus 4, I believe.
4? 12.
Okay, he's at a healthy 12. Okay.
Rolled max on that. Brilliant.
Go ahead, let's see what you're doing.
She'll cast Charm Person.
Okay, what's the save on that?
It's a Wisdom save. DC's 14. No, I don't want to use a pack slot. I want to use a spell slot.
$16.
She'll try again. Let's see. She's going to cast it at 7th level, but she's not going to try and target anyone else. Just him.
22. Natural 20.
Gosh, he's so damn smart. I don't like him. Try again.
Okay. You're just braiding this guy's psyche.
Coercive damage. It's fun.
$18.
All right, last one.
You see, and as you're doing this, he does take. It's not like any actual damage, but it is working at him. Someone just repeatedly trying to overcome his will.
We can do this the easy way, and you can just give in, or we can do this the hard way, and I pull out my knives.
$17.
Hard way it is. Whips out a knife and gets stabbed in the leg.
Okay. Roll damage.
Let's see, where's my... It's not one of the songbirds. Four points.
4 points of damage. As you stab, you hear like the grunt of pain through the gag. That is okay. And you see his face cut. Obviously, it's a face full of pain. There we go. But he doesn't. He stands his ground. In that moment, you hear a knock. Anthony, you see as two people appear in the middle of the tavern and start walking up. And you see two hooded figures.
I'll follow behind them as if I'm going to my room.
I mean, the bar is empty.
Yeah.
And they look to you. Go ahead and... Are you trying to stealth? Where are you at the moment?
I mean, I was just going to be outside of the door of Lucy and Titus. I didn't go downstairs.
Yeah.
And you would have heard that Shadow and Echo are coming.
Yeah. You're able to see them appear because it's a landing type of hallway. Um, and they both look to you. You don't really see their faces, but as you're standing guard, are you leaving the door then? Or are you just staying there?
I'm just staying there. I didn't go downstairs or anything. I
Okay.
just stayed up there.
So you see two hooded figures come up and look towards you and just stand in front of you. Anthony?
Now, what are two fantastic people doing here? Just smile.
You see both their hoods come out and you see them in their pure changing form. We're called to have a bit of fun.
You came to the right party, as I step aside and push the door open.
They walk in as you had just stabbed this man, and he's grunting in pain, and
they hear Lucy say, "Now, there's an artery right here," and she'll jab her finger into the leg next to the dagger. If I twist just a little bit that way, how long do you think it'll take you to bleed out?
10 minutes. That's where he stabbed me.
Fun. Care to give it a try?
I mean, without pressure, maybe 5.
Echo comes into the room with a big smile. She's like, "Oh, you started having the fun without us. That's not fair."
He resisted my spells. Would you like to have a round?
Sure.
Lucy will get up and step back.
Titus will hand her a wine bottle that he's been sipping from.
You see Shadow is the stronger of the two. Start picking him up and just tying him to a chair instead of the ground. And then you see them empty a bag that's full of healing potions. And then Echo and Shadow kind of like talk to each other in a language none of you understand.
Before they get to work, Lucy will sit back and she'll just say, "Now just remember, dear, this can stop at any time if you agree to answer our questions." And she'll start sipping from the wine bottle.
You do that, and you see Echo bring out a pair of manacles that have runes inscribed on them. You remember these being the manacles they use at the court prison to stop any magic. So they chain him up with those manacles on the feet and the hands. They keep the gag in, and they start getting to work. I'm not gonna describe it. But after what seems to be a long time, this person holds out, and you see them bloody and beaten, and many of the healing potions are gone. Eventually, he just looks to you and just grunts, almost as if it is a grunt that you know to be like that. It's kind of like an
He's given up.
Yeah.
She'll walk over and take the gag out of his mouth.
You see him breathing. You hear him breathing heavily as you do.
Now, who hired you?
The family.
Names, please, if you have them.
I only work directly with one person.
Who?
Gregor.
What did he want a Furbolg child for?
I don't know. I don't ask questions. Want something? I get it.
Where was the child from?
He looks to you. It is, if you look at the map, you see He says the Astar Wilds, which you know it is this area over here. Which is that's the area that's cut off by a river and mountains from Kalish. So that's technically not part of Kalish.
I'm waiting for my Roll20 to load.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Very north of the island.
Yeah.
Okay.
Area that we were told is pretty uninhabited, certainly by civil folks anyway.
This area here.
Past the mountains.
Do you have a map of the location? I assume you target the same areas.
Not always.
She will, I think Ro's the only one of us with a map of the world, right?
Yeah.
Ro, dear, you're not going to want to come in here, but would you mind bringing us a map? Or I can send Anthony over, whichever's easier.
What should I do with our friend?
I'll send Anthony over.
Okay.
I mean, you could leave him tied up. He doesn't seem like he's going anywhere.
She doesn't want to leave him alone. Yeah, she's and not in like a don't want to leave him alone. Like she's still a kind person. So I'll go out so that I can meet Anthony kind of halfway and hand it
over. When the map gets there, she'll ask him where exactly on the map the child was taken from.
Can't point if my hands are restricted.
Lucy points to the map. Was it here?
No.
Up, down, left, right.
Up, and he'll like guide your finger. And eventually you'll settle on one point, which is going to be right here.
Titus, would you mark that for me? Now, the child's parents, are they still alive?
Maybe.
She'll take her thumb and jab it into a wound. Want to try that again?
You hear him scream out in pain and like grate his teeth. One of them is.
Good. Now, any other children you've taken in the past?
Do I really need to answer that?
What were they? Where were they from? Go ahead. I'll start making a list. I plan to find them.
I don't remember everyone I've taken. It's a business transaction.
Well, a good businessman always remembers his profitable transactions, and I'm assuming that these were very profitable for you.
Maybe.
Good businessman always keeps a ledger. Then again, this is a very shite individual.
Who apparently has a restless doggo in the room with him.
Soon.
Soon's just digging through the things.
Yeah. He'll just shrug. Look, if you're going to kill me anyways, why would I give you this information?
Oh, because we can bring you back. Again and again and again.
But I don't plan to kill you. Not yet. There are worse things than death, dear.
Make an intimidation check with advantage, because this guy's fucked up. As you're talking, you see that Shadow and Echo kind of have left you to your thing. They're like kind of like they're both doing that like rogueling on the wall.
Dirty 20.
There are not enough corners for everyone to be rogue leaning on a wall.
One is doing a rogue lean like next to the end of the bed, while the other one's doing that thing where you sit on the bed with like your legs out and like your elbows on the leg, your hands on like your chin on your hand.
Lucy just
sits on
in,
one of their shoulders.
Yeah.
Lucy leans in close. Like I said, you can either talk to me, or I leave you with my friends again. And they'll make sure you're hidden away somewhere that no one will ever find you or hear you.
You see his eyes shift from you to Shadow and Echo, who are still in their changeling forms, and at that moment they seem to use their what is it, the horrific visage?
Unsettling visage.
Unsettling visage. I never know how to pronounce that word. I like visage. Unsettling visage. And it just adds to it. And whoever's seeing this can see their face kind of distort. It's almost as it's like a screaming face kind of distorting against something white. It's very horror movie style where you see the face kind of glitch in a way. And his eyes just widen as he looks back to you, Lucy. Excuse me. So, I know there are worse things than death. I'm a slaver, dear. A bag. Like, point to the bed where there's a bag at the corner.
She'll let whoever's nearest go for it.
Soon we'll drag it out and flick it onto the floor.
Okay, make a strength check. Soon is, by all intents and purposes, tiny.
He wants to participate.
Oh, I don't have Mage Hand. I was gonna say I'll use Mage Hand to help Soon to make him look intimidating.
Soon is like tugging at the straps.
Check.
While Shadow's just pushing it forward.
It's like just a toe nudge.
Yeah, just a toe nudge.
He got a 4. He's very proud of himself, okay?
Shadow's doing the toe nudge to push it forward as soon as pulling it. But it comes to your feet, Lucy.
She'll pick up the bag and start rummaging through it. Do I find a ledger?
Make an investigation check with advantage. I give out advantage here like candy.
I'm gonna use my net 20 that I was gifted by chat. So that'll make it a 26.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 and a 4.
Eesh.
I want to find this thing.
Yeah, you look. It seems to be a bag of holding. It doesn't seem to be. It's a bag of holding. Because you reach down, your hand just keeps going in and in and in. But you know that the bag of holding works by you summoning something specific that you put in. So you, in your head, just do a common image of the ledger. And it takes you a while just because this is not your bag and you don't exactly know what it looks like, but you're able to, eventually your hand makes contact with what feels like a book.
If you turn it inside out, everything will fall out.
I'll do that when we're in a larger space. I don't know what's in here. She'll take it out.
You'll take it out. And it seems a very nondescript book, ledger style.
Flips through it.
You flip through it, and it just seems to be very much like a merchant's ledger. Talking about merchandise and what type it is, when it was given in. But there doesn't seem to be like, oh, fur bulk child. What was it? Whatever wilds. I've already forgot. This time and place, this is what it did. It's all in code, basically.
What's the code?
he will tell you it's in the bag.
Is it a book?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sticks her hand in the bag, basically wondering what she's supposed to summon.
I would think about a cipher, dear.
Could Anthony give guidance to this?
Yeah.
I'll describe from what I remember 15 years ago what my interactions were with Kilray and what I saw him use.
Would I roll investigation or just
Investigation, yeah.
Okay.
With guidance.
Oh, these are much better rolls.
He knows
this time.
he's not getting away, but he can annoy you as much as he can. He will.
What does guidance give me? A D4?
I think it's a D4, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, my highest roll was a 17 plus 4. Dirty 20. Okay. The dirtiest 20 I've ever rolled.
21.
21.
Oh, 21.
So, as you're rummaging through this bag, he doesn't give you a description of the book. Just frustrating you as much as he can from what he can do. But with Anthony's knowledge and Titus's knowledge of less than legal things, you're able to summon up a book. And it seems when you open it, you look at it and it's just almost like a novel. But there's certain words underlined, and in the back you find kind of like their meaning, what they mean. So you have a cipher with you.
Clever. "12 years ago. Will I find that you took a changeling child in here?"
He looks to you. Not sure.
Jabs her entire hand against a wound on his body.
He screams out in pain.
I know the family only ever took one changeling. So, was it you or someone else?
He looks to you, pain. You see there's still blood coming out of his mouth and nose. His eye is swollen. The other one's bloodshot. He grits his teeth with a grimace towards you. It's possible. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Does your ledger notate whether the family of the people you took are alive or not?
No.
She'll turn to the others. Anything you lot want out of him?
You, Titus?
Well, like I said to Lucy, it's not my pound of flesh to carve.
I'll move in front of him and sit down again. I did make you a promise all those years ago.
And just quirk his eyebrow.
Fortunately, I had to break that promise. I want to see you behind bars.
Go ahead.
No, it's not my bars or my country you have to deal with.
Don't be surprised how deep it runs. And he'll look to you, Lucy. Why do you care about this changing child?
You don't get that answer.
You know, do remember one. Quite a nice pick. Made me lots of money.
Quite a what? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Quite an easy pick. Made me lots of money. I'll give you like a cruel smile.
All right, enough out of you. As I put the mouth gag back in.
You put the mouth gag back in, but there's still like a chuckle of sorts.
Shadow Echo, my dears. Put him in the furthest reach of your pretty little maze you have.
None of you have ever been to our isolation room.
Do keep him alive.
I plan to.
Lucy just stands. She has the Lucy mask up in full force and just turns to them and says, "Thank you for your help."
He just gives you. He's still gagged.
Oh no, she's saying it to Shadow and Echo.
Oh, okay.
Not him. She's done with him.
Okay. Anytime. If you ever need more information out of him, we'll let you know where he is.
She'll nod, and she'll walk out, and she'll go back across the street.
Well, pleasure doing business with all of you. And you see them grab the man and like have him stand up roughly. And Anthony, he looks at you and he still has, as much as he can, a smirk on his face as they both you see Echo kind of press something, maybe a medallion that they have inside their shirt, and they just disappear.
I'm gonna go. Sorry,
Go.
Anthony.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go check on Lucy. Meet up with Ro, and we'll make some plans.
I have a few letters I need to write, but yes.
Lucy, where are you going?
Back to the room.
Emma.
You muted.
Yeah, you're muted, Emma.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna come over, and she's not gonna ask, but she's gonna make that face of, "Are you okay?"
Lucy just walks right by her
Mm.
and goes to the gentleman that is tied up in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gagged?
No. He's just shibari tied.
Did he know?
No.
Looks at Ro.
No. Him and his brother, they work for a company that were hired. They had no idea.
I apologize, but your brother died in our attempt to save the child that was in your group's possession.
Eyes widen and then his head just fall. Stays quiet.
If you'd like, you can be set up with a new life. My apologies. I can't make up for his death, but I can offer you that at least.
Anthony has offered to hire him.
This. You can tell he's like holding back tears.
Mm-hmm.
You had learned that the brothers were quite close in your time.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over and sit down and just give his back a little rub. Well, the top part of his back, because obviously his arms are tied.
He kind of flinches because he realized y'all murdered his brother. And he's just quiet in the chair.
There's always consequences for working with people like that. It's not worth it.
The man who you're hired to work for stole people from their families so they could be raised to hurt and kill others. 12 years ago, someone did that to me and sold me to the same organization that Verbolg child was going to be sold to. We don't always get to choose where our path leads. But when we grow up, we can do our best to correct it.
He just gives a nod.
So if you'd like to stay on this continent, my friend's farm is quite pretty. If you'd like to start over, I have off-continent ways of doing that as well.
I also have, I don't know if you've heard of the Shantari Isles, but you'd be welcome there too. It's a peaceful kind of place.
I don't think men like me can do peaceful.
You'd be surprised how many people come to us feeling that way. You don't have to stay there, but perhaps going there for a while just to recover from this and be somewhere safe and secluded might be a good chance to reflect on what's happened. You can leave when you want to. You're muted. Well, you're maybe not loud enough for your mic to pick up.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
He'll just look to both of you, and then look to Lucy. I just want to start over. I don't need time to reflect. Don't want time to reflect.
Do you want to go north to the farm?
I want off this continent. It's held nothing but pain for me and my brother.
Lucy nods, and she'll go to her pack and take out a folded piece of paper. You're responsible for getting yourself to this location. After you get there, the people who will handle your transition will give you further details. But you'll be watched for a little bit. Security purposes, sorry. Can't be helped. Afterwards, you'll be given a new life. Of course, you're always welcome to come back and fight against things that are unjust in the world with us, but if you choose to disappear, no judgment. Just live a better life somewhere else.
He just nods. He can't grab a piece of paper. He's shibari tied to the chair.
Lucy starts untying him.
Start untying him, and he kind of grasps at the paper. Wish you all showed up a few weeks ago.
This is your chance to start over. It's gonna be shit, but you will endure it. Don't go back to that town where you worked for a while. As he finishes writing his 2 letters.
He won't be able to go to that town ever again taking the steel.
I don't think he's going to want to.
His employer won't be employed for long.
I'm gonna reach into my bag and take out whatever food items I might have to create a little care package and just give it to him.
You have some pastries. And they're all still fresh because it's a bag of holding.
Yeah. So I'll give it to him. Is there anything else you need?
Nothing you can provide for me.
Okay.
And he just walks off no goodbyes or anything, but just gives you, Lucy, a nod, and you, Roisin, a nod as well, and heads off. And you see he does get a room here because it's very late.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gone.
Would I still have those paperboard papers on me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, one letter is going to the queen informing her of the town, the job people that work there, and advising a small clearing of that occupation, job location, saying what it is and what it's done, why that they are a legal business and stuff like that. And then one off to Tessie to tell her to keep an eye on the family, and I'll tell her bring Nicholson in.
All right. Bring him in to.
Just to watch, to keep an eye out, because he's more out and about than she is.
Okay. You send those off. You see them turn into origami birds and being sent off. So you're now all in the room together.
I'm proud of each and every one of you. Pat him gently as I sit down on a bed.
Lucy pulls the blankets back from one of the beds, kicks her boots off, and just curls up and pulls the blanket up over her.
I'm gonna sit by her if she'll let it and just stroke at her back.
She won't acknowledge it, but yeah, she won't stop you.
Yeah. She's not, because she's not gonna like push on anything. She's just letting you know she's there.
Titus is going through the slaver's bag, just laying them out on the table, inspecting everything.
You find a few things. They have. It's not a lot. They seem to just keep the basics with them, other than basics like clothing, rations, stuff like that. You do find manacles. That are very similar to the ones that were put on him. You find rope, you find weapons, you find a strange sphere. You're not really sure what it is. But it seems to have very peculiar details on it. So a strange sphere that has peculiar details on it, like decorative carving, but the more you look at it, the more it's not what it seems.
He'll toss the manacles and sphere over to Anthony.
Take it and turn it over in his hands as soon sits beside Lucy and repeats the same lullaby that Titus had been singing.
Manacles will come in handy.
I wish I had that tarp. But yes, these manacles, and he looks over the sphere.
My father's not going to need the cart once they get there. We can ask for it back. In fact, we could get the whole cart.
You just see his face kind of light up, and then he becomes very serious. Yes.
It will, in theory, prove useful for our travels to have something like that.
That's what I was going to use it for, yes. For our travels.
What time of night is it, DM?
It's late into the night. It is easily 1 or 2 in the morning.
It's a bit late. In the morning, I could start transcribing this book.
Yes, let's get rest where we can. Just kind of turn the ball over my hands. Well, pick this apart in the morning. Yes, in the morning.
Yeah. I'm going to pull my legs up so that I'm cross-legged still with a hand on Lucy, and I'll let myself trance while I'm sitting there. She's not going to leave her alone.
Lucy's hair that peeks out from the blanket goes between white and blonde. all night.
Mm-hmm. I'll just keep stroking your shoulder and your back.
Mm-hmm.
Soon rotates between lavender and chamomile smells.
Soon is best.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know what flowers Lucy likes, so he's just picking the two that's the most calming.
Yeah.
So, you settle in for the night, having taken care of Kilry, the person who gave you that pretty little scar, Anthony, and the person that may or may not have taken you, Lucy. You have many things to check in the morning. Ciphers to decipher. A strange magical object to investigate, and an adventure that you have to go on ahead. Yes, RJ.
Oh no, I was thinking Lucy will hear like boots hit the floor and Titus like talking to Anthony. He goes, "Scoot over. You're taking up all the bed."
You hear rumble. I see that you hear more shuffling as he scoots over.
So, with that, that's where we're gonna leave it for today. And yeah, everyone, thank you for playing today, and thank you everyone so much for watching.
What's a bit of torture between friends?
Right?
Mm.
1 second, let me. So, how does everyone feel until like Poster gets back?
I'm 2 monsters in, so I'm vibing.
You're vibing. Okay.
Just
I can feel my heart palpitate as we speak, but you know what?
Jeez.
Hey.
Stop drinking those, RJ.
I mean, I rolled off table to see a wisdom check of Anthony would just fucking outright kill Kilry or not, but he rolled high enough to
I'm
say,
not convinced Roy wouldn't have done it as well, especially when he started goading Lucy. I'm glad Roisin was not there.
And I was like, oh, gotta keep him. Fuck. Okay.
When Lucy's the most stable interrogator in the room, that's when it gets really scary.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So with that, let's do our little outros, and we'll start backwards. RJ.
I was ready for you this time. Hey everybody, I'm RJ. You can catch me at RJ282, but today I'll be talking about the Black Visions Collective, which is a Black, trans, and queer-led organization that is committed to dismantling systems of oppression and violence. Fight the power. Keep protesting.
Yeah. Next, we go on to Sarah. Jen.
Hi, I'm going to be showcasing the Bail Project today. The Bail Project is a nonprofit organization designed to combat mass incarceration. It's they believe it's a way to help alleviate the burden of bail for low-income Americans, and to help local communities and help fight against decarceration, or fight for decarceration, stuff like that. So they're a great project and good to support.
Yeah.
Me.
Next is our Mama Bear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm supporting the Ochre Project, who are a grassroots trans-led, Black trans supporting charity that use culturally specific meals to support the Black trans community, especially those who are homeless. So not only are they feeding them, but they are teaching them how to cook those meals as well, and give them skills for work. And they're currently doing money drives for the several Black trans people who have been killed recently. So check them out.
And I will be talking about the Love Them Foundation, and through their partnerships with Therapy for Black Girls, National Queer and Trans Therapists of Color Network, Talkspace, and Open Path Collective, the Love One Therapy Fund's recipients will have access to a comprehensive list of mental health professionals across the country, providing high quality, culturally competent services for Black women and girls. So if you like to donate to a foundation that is specifically offering free mental health care to Black women and girls, and always is needed because we know the conditions that POCs, specifically Black women and girls, get in the country, but specifically right now in this moment, it's much needed and appreciated. So go check them out. Thanks to our lovely producer, we have links in the chat that you can just click and go. It's never been easier with D&D Beyond. No, I'm kidding. It's never been easier with Sarah Beyond. And
That's
last,
my
but
fans
definitely-
only. JK, I don't
and
have
last, but not least, Sarah, what is your charity?
Hey y'all, it's your girl Sarah. I'm the Hype Goblin. Welcome to my channel. If you've never met me before, this channel has officially become a way for me to raise funds to donate money. Last month we donated to my charity of choice because it's my channel and I get to go first, damn it. We donated $38 that came in through mostly through this game to I Need Diverse Games, which champions diversity in the gaming community and in the games that we know and love. This month, our charity of choice is Satan's Charity, which she just talked about, the Loveland Foundation. And I just, again, I just want to thank everyone for giving us money when we play this game, and when I'm just playing a video game and someone wants to scare me and share subs with me. It's a lot of fun to do this with y'all, and let's shoot for an even $40 at least.
Yeah.
Like, let's set the bar low and just smash it this month.
Yeah, and like we said in the beginning, you can donate to them by bits and subscribe to this channel. So not only do you get awesome content because this is an awesome channel run by an awesome person, but you get to give money to awesome foundations. So bits and subs and all that fun stuff that you want to throw this way.
If they don't feel comfortable donating directly to us, if they donate to one of these charities through the links we've provided directly on the charities page and send us a picture of that, can we still give them the sub perk for the month?
Yeah, actually, you know what? If you donate at least $5 to $10 and send us a picture, I'll let you create an NPC that will be in this game. You get to pick race, class, all that stuff. So if you send us a picture of your donation of at least $5 to $10, you'll get to have an NPC here.
I love it.
You get to say what they do. Yeah.
It's on Twitch, so now she has to commit to it. Bye, everyone!
Yep. Oh, wait, do it on the Twitter. Send it to us on the Hype Goblin Twitter.
Tweet me!
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye!
I have to buy you dinner first.
Oh gosh, where's the button?
Oh god!